The Hebrew text in the Bible has hidden formats. By revealing these formats, I will prove the first writer's words were hidden from you. These formats look like poetry as I group them into small paragraphs. Their grouping will become known as a psalm, and together they become psalms. Let me show you our Creator's 12 commandments, listed in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. Any father of a family or his wife who did not obey any one of these 12 commandments, our Creator demanded they bring him a sin offering. Thus, our Creator defined the word sin as not obeying any one of these 12 commandments. Next, I want to show you how I changed one word in Exodus 26, verse 26, the word bars to arches, and the words now reveal the style of the roof for our Creator's tent for meeting with Him. Let me show you the translator's words from the preface of the 1611 King James Bible. They gave 4 reasons for themselves or others to edit the Bible's words. The red arrow at the top points to their 3rd reason to edit the text. By the light and feeling we attained unto ourselves. The next red arrow down points to them giving the title, the Divine, to a clerk named Gregory. The next block of words, they point out they were happy that the first emperor of Rome established the year to the course of the sun. Behind this text means Nebuchadnezzar ordered his kingdom to follow our Creator's calendar when he stopped eating grass. Did you notice the letter S in sun is capitalized? This is to give respect to the Egyptian sun god Ra. Have you seen the Egyptian obelisk in the Vatican's front yard? The last arrow points to your reward for studying the Bible. Your reward is to have a fellowship with the saints and participation of a heavenly nature that will never fade away. There is no such thing as nature to a truthful Christian. Our Creator created everything. By their own words, they were not seeking to know our Creator or Jesus. Not everyone has the knowledge to correct every word. I have an old Bible program that has the New American Standard Bible 1977 concordance to help find a better word. Their concordance has the number of times they use that English word in a parenthesis for that Hebrew word. The translators removed his name, YHVH, to put in 2 titles, Lord and God. I replaced those titles using the letters Y and V as his name, for the Hebrew language does not have a J, O, or W. By using these 2 letters, I am closer to the truth than anyone using J, O, or W for his name. So why is there a single letter O in the Hebrew text 1,095 times? No proper English was used? The blue highlighted text is text that I am removing. The red highlighted words are little words that I'm adding. Gray italic words are words that I added. To respect and honor our Creator, all capital letters in purple are our Creator's words. This is Jesus' prophecy, for I am revealing the first writer's words to tell you the true truths about Jesus. As the text is revealed, you can taste the writer's style of wording. Their words will take your belief to trusting our Creator. You will be watching prophecy before your eyes as I edit true truths back into their psalms. Okay, this is going to be chapter 2 of Daniel, but I want to just go over a quick review of what I'm finding here in Daniel, and that is a 3-verse grouping, or for 3 verses to make a small paragraph. These are also really truly called a psalm, and this paragraph and this paragraph actually make a larger paragraph, so you'll see that I have it separated and it repeats itself again. This format and this text is probably right around, or written probably right around 2,400 years ago. So I went through, and when I read it again, I needed to correct this word, officials, to teacher. And as you can see, a lot of the text actually made sense. I don't think I threw out that much text Had to do a lot of correcting, yes, but the text came out pretty good, and the text here is actually missing to meet the format. And what you're seeing of the format, when I say that, you can see I'm having one major word and another major word to complete this format, okay? And then they're connected by the least amount of, or the least amount of smallest words that aren't really, they're just connecting the text together. Sometimes it does happen that you'll see like 3 words here that you might think are major. So that will happen from time to time, just like this, this, and this. So I really don't think is really that important, but sometimes I do use it as the word needed. So what you're seeing here is the first writer's writing, and so far I can tell that this text is not written by Daniel, but it was written about Daniel. Okay, so here I have one more problem, and I don't know which is the right king. I put this other king in, and I put a capital letter on this king for the simple fact that he is going to, one of these two, is going to order the house for our Creator to be rebuilt. So I have to consider him as a good person obeying our Creator's command to have it built. But I don't know which one. And so was Cyrus. Both of these guys are going to end up being good guys. So I have to at least respect them by giving them a capital letter at the beginning. Now this is going to be Daniel 2, and this should be a 10-point format. Okay. Now, like the text above me, this is how I do this, okay? I try to find the shortest sentence or grouping of words, and then I try to make a format out of them. A lot of times the format will just appear out of the text, and that's what will happen. Now, I want to put up some of the formats that have already been found in other books, and I'm going to run that for a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here is actually going to put all the text together as one book in the correct order of the words that are found by the first writer's formats. And right now, those are all the text I have. And what's going to happen is that all the small prophet books, so-called prophet books, are done that I'm going to use. The books now that I'm going to be using from the prophet side that I'm going to do have many chapters. So I'm going to do each chapter and then post that as well. Now, I am live streaming on Twitter or Twitch. So the thing here is YouTube is not allowing me to actually stream for more than like an hour and a half. And to get through some of these, it does take 2 hours because sometimes they have 30 verses to a chapter. But that said, I'm going to now start working on the text, and I'll go through and what I'm doing is explaining in detail of what words need to be corrected, okay? So a lot of times right now you're going to just hear me mumble along and kind of be talking and thinking out loud, okay? So now in the second year of the reign for Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar had dreams, and his spirit was troubled, and his sleep left him. Okay. I have to tell you the truth here. We don't know exactly how old Nebuchadnezzar is. I've done a study on this. Our Creator has his own hidden formats in the text, and it took me 5 years to do that book, do the books that are needed, that have only texts that really truly speak about the nation Israel, our Creator, and Jesus. So the thing here is I know that I've guessed he was either 16 or 18 years old when he was king. And a lot of the stories that I'm going to go through here, I can't have him living 90 years old, okay? Because I know that the timeline for returning is going to be right around 40 years if my guessing at Nebuchadnezzar's age is correct. Okay. And that means that he's going to be about 70 to 75 when he dies, which is a long time, even for a king from Israel. So, not all the kings for Israel live that long. Now, so in the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, that just is not true. Okay, I have to say that it can't be said in the second year as being truthful. But I can say Nebuchadnezzar had visions. And the only reason why I'm going to say vision is because our Creator has given him this vision. And so it's not a dream. A dream is something that you're used to, that you only remember glimpses of. When our Creator gives you a vision, you remember everything. So the thing here is this is a vision from our Creator, so the text has to be respected by giving the text this color in all caps, saying this is coming from our Creator. And our Creator's that's how I define, or how I represent our Creator's words, or what he's possessed, or what he's prophesied. I use all capital letters in purple. Nebuchadnezzar had a vision, not dreams. Oh, well, I guess I had, I'm going to say had a vision. And his, not spirit, but his heart was troubled. Your heart is like the emotional state of your thoughts. And you know that because you know people have heart attacks from being pressured and their minds going in different directions. So that's why I'm using the word heart. And his heart was troubled, and his sleep left him. So what I've got here is a statement, and then verse is connecting with this verse. And that is a continuing of the a 3-verse format. Then the king gave orders. Okay. I'm trying to keep to the format that I showed you. So we know already that Nebuchadnezzar is king. We don't need that. So I can use the word, then he gave orders. And you can see that I'm using the words give order as the important for the verse here. Then he gave orders, period, to not call a king's summons. Okay. To summon a magicians, conjurers, and sorcerers, and the Chaldeans. We don't need this because they're just people that live below Babylon. They'd have to cross over the river Euphrates to get there, so they really don't exist there. Would I say from the Chaldeans? No. Babylon is well established as their own kingdom. So to summon their or to summon his, oops, I'm adding. So that's how I show that I'm adding the text. So when it's done and you see it italic, you know that I've added that word, just like you're seeing in some of the stuff off to the right hand side here. Now, magicians, don't need this word, and the word and here, and that's going to add this, I'm going to get rid of. And now you have a comma and a period. Whoops, period. Now, conjurers are those that like raise up the dead or call or make like a seance to talk to the dead. Now, sorcerers at that time were really chemists that knew trickeries to make things that how do I say this, like unknown knowledge that they can create fire without fire, and just by they'll snap their hand to say fire, and what they're doing is pushing chemical or taking chemicals and spraying it from their hand onto something, and it'll cause a flame, things like that. Now magicians, they're just magics, so we don't need them. They wouldn't done that. But the word is diviners. Now diviners are those that sit and meditate, and they will speak to the dead if they're meditating correctly every night. The Asian world, this is their proof that there is afterlife by meditating every night, every day for 10 years. They don't sleep, they meditate. After 10 years, they start getting to talk to another being when they're in another dimension of space and time called the abyss. And our Creator mentions this by telling Cain that Abel is calling to him from the ground, which means underneath the ground there's another space below it that's this dark place is where the souls went to after they died. In the Asian world, those that keep meditating after 25 years daily experience many visitors, many of the dead, and they will talk to them. So they would be called the diviners, okay? And this would be a higher rate. This would be the second higher rate, or third, or first, second, and third in the correct order, by the way. Now, to tell, not to tell, to explain. To explain and I'm going to say his dreams or visions. So I'm going to use this down here, vision, and this will be a period. So they came in. Now, this is where I'm going to see if I'm going to use the word so. And it would be like when I click on here, is it a major word that Strong's, who made the concordance, did he felt that these are the most important words he thought should be in to be known to you from the Hebrew text. Now, I don't know, and I don't think Strong is a good guy. I think he was one who meditated to have sex with a so-called female goddess. So, but we have these other words here. Dreams, stood before king. Okay. So, to make it a 3-verse format, I know that before, and it has to be their king, so I can do a small edit here. And this is going to be the end. Explain his vision. So they came in and stood. I can agree with all those words as being okay then. Now what I'm going to do is what I did was I'm just showing you that this is the 3-verse format. Because this is quite long, what I have found that I need to do, like this was going to take maybe 2 hours to go through this, and maybe a little bit longer today. This is a very long one, so this might be more than 2 parts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this up by just going through here and trying to say quickly, where are these at? I had a dream, and my spirit is anxious to understand the dream. They spoke to the king. Okay, we know that these guys are not there. Then they spoke to the king. And this would not be true. He would know how to speak in Babylonian. Then they spoke to the king. King, live forever. Tell the dream to your servants, and we will declare the interpretation. The king answered. I'm going to say it's his command. His command is firm. If you do not He's asked them to tell him his dream and the interpretation. Okay, and that seems to be a group here, but I got to figure it out. The king answered, his command is firm. And it has to be you are to, and this I don't think is there. You are to make known to me. You are to make it known to me. My dream, which is a vision, and its interpretation. And I don't think this is true. They're going to fail, and he's not going to kill them all. I just don't see that. Because they're the highest at their peak, and that's why they're his whatever, sorcerers, diviners, or whatever. So I don't think this is true. Make known its interpret. Which is really a repeat of what I'm seeing here. But it says, if you declare the dream and interpretation, you'll receive from me gifts. Well, not sure. And a great reward and great honor. Therefore, declare to me the dream and interpretation. They answered, and I can use the word again. That is the meaning of second time. Let the king tell his dream to his servants, and we will declare the interpretation. And what you're starting to see is a 4-verse grouping starting to appear here. Even though I've got a 3-verse here, you can see that there's starting to be maybe a 4-verse. So the king has to be told them, I know for certain that you are bargaining for time, inasmuch as if you've seen that command from me is firm, that if you do not make known the dream to me, there is only one decree for you have agreed together to speak lies and corrupt words to me until the situation is changed. So I guess that is actually going up with that verse. Therefore, tell me the dream that I know that you can declare. its interpretation. That seems to be a little bit long. They answered their king, there is not a male, although on earth who can declare this matter to the king, inasmuch as no great king or ruler has ever asked anything like this of any Geiger or Chaldean. Well, we don't need that. Moreover, the thing which the king demands is difficult, and there is no one who can declare it to the king except the gods, whose dwelling place is not, I don't know about that words, but because of this, the king became very furious and gave orders to, this would be kill, so I was wrong, to kill all, and I'm going to wise men in Babylon. Now it comes back to a 3 verse. So it looks more like I have to stay to a 4 verse. Okay, so that's because when it gets real easy and you can see how they're grouping together, I got to really do 3 verse here. So the Cree went forth, and you can see I did a quick find, search, and change. So I know that the word forth was being used quite a bit. So the decree, so his decree that the wise men should be slain, and they looked for Daniel and his friends to kill them. I agree with that word being needed. These words that are in fuchsia, that is words that are added in the 1977 NSAB. So then Daniel replied, with assertion, the captain of the king's bodyguard, who had gone forth to slay the wise men. Don't need this to be repeated. He answered, or he asked, we know that who he is already, so we don't need this. For what reason is the decree? What reason is the decree from the king? Well, we know the decrees come from a king. Reason. For what reason is the decree urgent? This seems to be inform Daniel about the matter. See how quickly the 3-verse, and it is a format that way. I don't know if this is the actually word there that is in the Hebrew text, but you can see it as a must. Okay. So Daniel requested of the king that he would give him time in order that he declare its interpretation to the king. Then Daniel went to his house and told his friends about this matter in order that they might request, in order that they request, in order that they petition compassion from, I will put his name in here. This is the Hebrew word for the title God. And I'm pointing this out for the simple fact that you always see like his name has been transferred into just a 2-word or 2 titles, creator and, or no, as Lord and God. Yet I'm showing you that they specifically had words already for God and Lord. So I'm going to make it his name. They knew his name, by the way, if you didn't know that, from YV. And we know that's where they knew where he was at in heaven concerning this vision. So Daniel and his friends will not be killed with the rest of the wise men. The vision was then the vision was revealed to Daniel in a night vision. Then Daniel blessed? No, he thanked. You cannot bless our Creator. You have to understand the word bless here. Bless comes from our Creator to those who are most obedient to Him. He gives them what a family, a children, and then they are to pass down their inherit land and inheritance, and he pretty much keeps them out of danger to live a good, healthy, or good long life. And David, I would say, praised YV. Let me grab this and repeat it. And I should also note that a lot of Daniel, the way I understand it, has a lot of Aramaic words in here. So this word that you're seeing here as this here one is written in Aramaic as the title God. Okay, just so you understand that. Let the name of YV be blessed. And I don't think this is going to get used. And like I said, you can't be blessed. You can't do that. Wisdom and power belong to him, to you. If he's talking to him, he would not use the word him here. It is he who changes the times. And epochs are just ages. He removes he can remove kings and establish kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge gives wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Too much as this is being repeated, don't need to keep repeating it. And reveals the hidden things, I think. Oops. He knows what is in the darkness, and the light dwells with him. Now this is weird because this could be when our Creator makes me see him, and that's 8 times. 7 of the times he is, well, all 8 times he has shown himself as a light in darkness. Okay, like think of the universe, everything there, and then get rid of everything and make that black, deep darkness. And then his light is there, and he speaks from his light. This is the way he appeared above the mercy seat as well, but he is in from his darkness, his light. He lives within it, or is in the light. So this is going to have to be really hammered out here. And this, I hope, to you, YV, of my, this has to be forefathers. I give thanks and praise to you. I give thanks. I gotta add, like, I give thanks to you, for you have given me the wisdom. Even now, for you have made it known to me what we petitioned you for. You have made known to us, to me, the king's matter, the king's vision. Therefore David went and I guess I need the word therefore, went to king, and all this is a repeat. We know that that's why they petitioned our creator. And when I'm saying petition, a petition means to ask our creator for something. When you pray to our creator, that is you talking to our creator. Now, a prayer, the word pray means how you are talking to our creator, how, whether your arms are open, your hands folded, whether you're standing or kneeling, that's to pray your prayer to our creator. So that's why I'm saying petition. I should have explained that. Then he went and spoke to him. Take me to the king. Take me to the king. You don't need the word present. And I will declare interpretation to him. So I don't need this. David into the king's presence and said to him, as follows, and said to him, I'm going to have to put Nebuchadnezzar there to meet the format. I found a male, not a man. Man means by our creator, male and female. So not a secular use of the word, and you should not be using a secular word. You should be saying male when you're speaking about one male, men when you're speaking with about many. I have found a male among the captives from Judah who can make the interpretation known to the king. The king answered, the king asked David, and it's going to be he asked David, we don't need this. Are you able to make known to me the dream which I have seen in its interpretation? And this was like this, and then it'll be like this, dream and its interpretation. And I don't need this. And can you make known? Okay. Now I know I've gotten quite a ways through here. So let me back up now and really start breaking down to find the format. I went a little bit further than I should have, I think, but okay. I'm looking for that 3-verse format. The king said to them, in my heart, in my mind, my mind is anxious to understand my dream. So I might have it wrong. I might have to use the dream, because when the king is speaking, he's speaking it as a dream, but Daniel's going to have to tell him that it's a vision. So these two I need. My mind is anxious to understand my dream. He's already said this to them. King said to them, okay, then they has to be replied. The king you just don't talk to. He's going to ask and you're going to give the answer. Then they replied, King live forever. Let our, and I guess this would be where I got to use the word, may our Creator live forever. This is where they got to deny it. No. Tell us the dream. They're already his servants. And this is not going to be needed then. Whoops. These two words and these words here. To meet the format, they replied, tell us your dream. Wow. Tell us your dream, and we will declare the interpretation. I'm always trying to think of a word for a 12-year-old to read the text without having to go to a secular dictionary. So, yeah, they got it in 30 times, so it's going to be hard for me to change it up for all of them. So I got to just stick with the interpretation. Our king answered. The king answered. That would be correct that way. Whoops, period. His command is firm. You are to make it known to me. My dream and its interpretation. I have to put the word or here. Or you will be or you will because we already know later that they're going to be killed, or you will be killed, or you will be killed. So I don't need any of these words. Whoops. And your, not houses, but homes. I use the word homes to represent like a family dwelling. When it's I use the word house, it means it has servants and it's larger, and he's a lord and he's taking care of many people. And your homes will be, I would say, burnt. That's made a heap of rubbish. So that's replacing this word here. But if you declare, you declare, you declare my dream and its interpretation, you will receive gifts. You'll receive from me gifts. Period. This has already been said. They answered again, let the king tell the dream to his servants. This is not being said again and again, so we kind of know the conversation and they want to hear it first. The king replied, so let me put it here. King replied, or our king replied, trying to make it first person here. Like I was the writer, I'd know that he's our king as well. Our king replied, you are bargaining for time, but my command is firm. Now this, he's already told them what's going to happen, so he's not going to repeat it. And then I'm just not going to use any of this. Now I will use it if I find that the format isn't being completed like I showed you before, where I get a small paragraph and I have another small paragraph that can be combined to actually make a larger paragraph. Then if I find out that I'm missing something, I will come back and look for the like words to talk about this. Saying Do not speak lies or corrupt words before me. I will not change, something like that. To see if these two match together, then what's, therefore tell me the dream, that I know that you can declare its interpretation. They answered their king. They answered our king. They're part of the subjects for the king. Oops, wrong key. The lights are getting a little warm here, even though the sun is down. Oops, wrong way. Make it warmer. I need it cooler here. They answered the king, there is not male. There's not a man. That'd be male or female. On earth who can declare it. And it has to be for, not the matter. It's for the matter for the matter you request. For the matter you request, no king or ruler has asked. And I don't like them using their words, so I'm going to get rid of that. No king. I guess I don't need no ruler either. Has asked anything. And I need has asked. Has asked anything. Like this. From any, and I got to go up and I'm going to do this and then say that's the end. And that's where I've got to use these three words here. Anything like this. just not going to use this. Which to what? What? What you demand? No one. Oops. Could declare it to you. Except the gods whose dwelling, well, whose dwelling is not, it has to be among this has to be the living. Oops. Now, because I've gotten this far, okay, and I'm pretty sure that now the subject is changing. I know I should do a cleanup just to actually show you what I've been working on and what needs to be, I guess, witnessed of these formats. And I'm going to do that right now. Well, that did pretty good. Okay. Nebuchadnezzar had a vision, and his heart was troubled, and his sleep left him. Then he gave orders to summon his diviners, conjurers, and sorcerers to explain his vision. No, to explain his, I gotta change this back to dream. His dream, because he doesn't know this. So I have to say this is here, and then this is what I'm getting rid of. So they came in and stood before their king, and our king said to them, my mind is anxious to understand my dream. Then they replied, tell us your dream, and we will declare the interpretation. Now, I need to sit here and say, these two grouped together, these two grouped together, and you can see now this is another one here. So this needs to say that there should be two of them here that need to be separated. Oops, let me get this text over here so you can see it. The king answered, his command is firm. You are to make it known to me. My dream and its interpretation, or you will be killed and your homes will be burnt. But if you declare the dream and its interpretation, you will receive from me gifts. Then it needs to be 2 more spaces, and now this becomes the next. They answered, let the king tell the dream to his servants. Our king replied, you are bargaining for time, but my command is firm. Now see, this is where I'm missing something here. And it's going to be up here, because you can see how these are grouped. Dream to his servants. And then here, our king replied, you are bargaining for time, but my command is firm. Although that would be, or that could go together. So why is this? Does this go together? They answered our king, there is not a man on earth who can declare it, for I need to add back that word that I took out, for the matter you request. And I got to just say, add that back. For the matter you request, no king has asked anything like this. What you demand, no one could declare it. Except the gods whose dwelling place is not among the living. Okay, now this needs to be one of these. And now you can definitely see I'm missing a verse. So if I work it in reverse, this is where that hiccup starts here. So to cleaned. So I got to go back to see if there's text between 7 and 8. And there isn't enough. But here's that group that I was saying. Okay, so I got to find something out of this group. Okay, let me bring this text up. Let me go back to here and say that this is going to go together here. And it's the top one of this one that when I get done, it better go right there. So let me go back here. My command is firm. For you to make, for you to tell me my dream. Only one decree for you. And I guess I got to use the word interpretation. And it's interpretation known to me. It's interpretation known to me. Yep. Okay. Comma. And this isn't needed. This isn't needed. This isn't needed. This isn't needed. Situation. What do they have in the concordance for the word situation under number 9? So if I go up here, bring the text up higher, the moment that isn't really, what else I got under until? Oh, did you see that? I hope you're watching, because where did this word go? It is saying it's the word until the situation. Okay, so that's, oh, it's actually using two words to be the word until. So it can't be before. Well, so what are the words here? Because it is being used 5 times. Whom, which, and I want to say I will not change. And because I will not change. And what is the word changed? I will not alter. Okay. So let me look here and get rid of this. Make known to me because I will not change. And I think that And then this is what needs to be cleaned up. But let me save that first. Come over here. And boy, did you see how that's going to fit with the next text? I'll scroll down so you can read it while I clean this up. For ye, my command is firm for you to tell me my dream and its interpretation to be known to me, because I will not change. Therefore, tell me the dream that I know that you can declare to me its interpretation. Okay, that is cool. That was found, but the object is that's what's unique about this text. No, thank you. So that is the hidden format from 2,400 years ago by the first writers writing in Hebrew psalms. These are called psalms, these groups. But as you can see, a paragraph, and they make a larger paragraph. The subject is the same, just a little bit different. And it continues and continues. But we're getting a very long, true story, which usually doesn't happen because all these pieces fit together as what's happening. And that's very unique. I mean, it's got to be some of the longest text that I can say is put correctly in order. Although the only one that I can think of is the plagues. That seems to be the other one. So now I've got to, and I'm just going to put a line here for me to know that I've got this text cleaned up. Now, is that large enough for you? Maybe like that. Because of this, the king became very furious and gave orders to kill all the wise men in Babylon. So his decree went forth that the wise men, this time I'm going to use it as 2 words, should be slain. And they looked for Daniel and I'm going to say this is a comma, this is a period, and I'm going to say, I'm going to use that word. But this needs to be brought here. And it's as his captain, Nebuchadnezzar's captain, by the way. Oh, I'm adding this, so this is all going to be gray text. What am I doing here? As this guy, his captain, looked for Daniel and his friends to kill them. Daniel asked him, Daniel asked him, and since this here is not needed anymore, this is not needed anymore. It's not with the skirt. It's got to be the word why. Why have you gone forth? Okay, so if I take this and say I'm changing the word had to have, get rid of the word who. I've got to say I've got to be adding this. Why have you gone forth to slay the wise men? To slay wise men. Okay. Now that, and then because I'm trying to look for the pair. These two got to group together. That got it. Whoops. That's got to group together. David's got to ask him the question, and then he's going to answer. Okay, but here it is again. Why have you gone forth to slay wise men? And for what reason is the decree urgent? This is not needed. Then this guy, not informed, but told Daniel about the matter. And I'm not sure if I like the word matter. Let's see if they got a better word here than that, because I can't really think of one offhand. No, I still can't think of one that would be better replaced. So the word matter is going to stick around. And then that too is a group. So now this has to be a group. So Daniel went in and requested of his king and requested the king to give him time in order that he declares and makes known its interpretation of the king. Okay, I think I got that, but I had to add that verse. In order that he declares it, and I would say in order that he reveals it, meaning the dream, and makes known its interpretation to his king. Okay. Then Daniel went I don't need this. Went and informed his friends and we know who they are already, so I don't need this, about the matter. Okay, now this, forgot where I've got two, and again, I gotta see this. I'm not seeing what I've done here. This is yellow. Oh, two spaces, one space, two spaces, one space, and now two spaces. Yes, two spaces there. Wow. Must be getting too cold here. All right, now I need to go to the next group here. Okay. In order that they petition a petition is to ask our Creator. A prayer is to talk to our Creator. In order they petition. Or compassion from YV concerning this matter. Where did they petition? YV concerning this matter. Comma. Okay. Now that that is there, now I've got to have two spaces here to look for the next one. And this is not connecting. These two are connecting. The matter was revealed to Daniel in a night vision, and then Daniel praised YV and said, oops, got rid of the word F on that, wherever. So it wasn't that he asked for them. And matter, and I'm going to put this here as well and use that as the major word. Then this matter was revealed. So these are from our Creator to Daniel in a night vision. Now this word vision is being used correctly. Then Daniel praised YV and said, YV has blessed me. Not blessed, but it's going to be changed to answered me. But I'm going to do it as a green word. You think I should use a word like in all gray text? I don't think I need that. Blessed is to, like I've said before, is to help them out, to make them be at ease in life. So to answer him has answered me, I think is okay to say that I'm just replacing this word. Now this I don't need. And this don't need. Now he has given me the wisdom and he has given, oops, me the wisdom and knowledge to understand it and understand it to reveal it to our King. Now this is, add all this, whoops, but this is because it's coming from our Creator. When it was given me the wisdom, I guess that's coming from our Creator, and knowledge to understand it, to reveal it to our King. Now this verse this has got to connect to this. I'm thinking that how can I get this word up here? Or now if David's going to, or if Daniel's going to be defining in the night's darkness, or from in the darkness his light, in the nights, and I'm thinking I use it like that. In the nights, for in the night's darkness, his he He lives I'm going to say within. But this is within his and I'm going to take the word light from here, and when I'm going to transfer from there and move it to here, we'll put it in yellow so everybody knows where I got the word light. For night, say for the night's darkness, he lives within his light. And I just can't figure out what the word is here. It's from the profound hidden thing. This I can't use. He knows everything. What is? He knows everything. He knows everything for in the night's darkness, he lives within his light. In a vision of darkness, he lives within his light. Now that, like I said when I was going through it to begin with, our Creator has made me see him 8 times, and in the description below you see it right there that says proof of afterlife or self-proof of afterlife. In there I tell people, or males, how to visit the abyss, and if to do it safely for 3 times, but if they think they're righteous enough, how to battle with those that are against our Creator. And if our Creator decides you are righteous enough, he will redeem you from them trying to kill you or keep your soul in the abyss and not returning here to earth, by showing you his light, and you fly up to his light, and then you see his light, and then your eyes open and you're back on earth. So that has happened to me 7 times. So I know what I'm talking about, and I'm relating that to you. But I also know that from his light was shining over his, or from the light of his, the words are from the light of his presence above his mercy seat is where the priest would bow and then ask him if that person that he's in there asking for forgiveness, if our Creator accepts their honesty of trying to atone for their not obeying one of the 12 commandments. Very important that you should know these things. Not these things, about our Creator. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have even, how did I do that? I try so hard to always respect our Creator and not know these things, but to know our Creator truthfully. Now, what I am finding is that I've already gone 2 hours, and there is so much here that I don't know how I'm going to get through all that in the next one. Boy, this is going to be chapter 2, part 1. And then I got to do a part 2 on, I know that some of these chapters are really long, but I'm going to continue here for another, at least, I'm hoping, a half hour. So, um, okay. Now this is him talking. To you, YV of my forefathers, I give thanks, for you have given me the wisdom. And that I've already got up here. He has given me the wisdom and understanding. And since I'm pretty sure this has all been said, now some of you will say, well, you can make another group out of it and get rid of what you're saying here. Because the word light is here, and you don't know what I know about the truth of our Creator as showing himself in darkness, you would not be able to edit it like I do, and I understand that. That's why he has sent me to let you know the answers, okay? And that is the correct what happens in a vision of darkness. So now you know what vision in the night by prophets, how they, how he actually presents them as himself, and he'll speak, or he will have, he will be there and have an angel speak to you. And I've got to go to the book here to see if the word therefore That's in 24, so I haven't been here in a while. Okay, now see, this is what I mean. This was important enough by Strong that he wanted that word in there. So the word therefore is only used 4 times. Hmm. So let me see here. Well, no, I don't want to get carried away here. So therefore Daniel went to this guy. And I'm going to change his name later. Uh, I think I'll just call him R, A-R. Went to R. Now it's going to be and said, but we already know he's who he went to, so don't need the word to him. Said, okay, I'm going to get rid of this word. Daniel went, period. Archer and said, take me to the king. Okay, now I don't know. I don't think he needs to say this. It doesn't need to be written to be understood what we just talked about, that he said go to the king. So I can get rid of that. Okay. Now these two are going to, then I'm looking for the next two. Oh, and announced to our king, I have found Baal. Don't need to know that. I have found a Baal who can make it known to you. If the king is there with his guards, that's what he's there for. He's going to be talking to the king. So I don't need to add that at all. By me just putting the word you here does that. And he asked, because that's what it seems to be. And he asked Daniel, are you boy, I want to use the word able as well. You are able to make known. Are you able to, are you able to make known to me my dream? So the king is really just asking them, like, can you really tell me what I had dreamed? Are you able to make known to me my dream? That would be a question, not a period. And David's reply, or Daniel, I don't keep calling him David here. Daniel answered, as for the matter, I've already introduced the word matter as understanding the subject that he's been asking to do. As for the matter which my king is requesting, requesting, see now they use the word diviners. I am able to declare it to you. for YV in heaven has revealed your dream to me. To make it it's all got to be capital letters and to make it known to you now. This has to be another space, and then this is not needed. What what will not take place? I can use the word happen. This is all coming from our Creator, so what will happen in the coming and future years. Now, what I want to do is I want to check the word ladder as see if it's being used as for. So let me get here to where I go to here and I'm looking for, where's it? Ladder. Strange enough, they only use this word once in all the Hebrew text. No, it's coming from an Aramaic word. So that I think might have been an Aramaic word. I'm not sure. I don't know how to read or decode that. There's no guidance in the program. What will happen in the future years? that your dream was a vision. I'm thinking about taking this and sticking it above here because these two connect together. It's not, I can't take another word here to connect it to years. So I'm going to make this a period and then say, what do I do? That key, move verse up. And then I'm going to take this and make this 8 point. Then place it here, moved verse here. And I'm going to just put the word that. Whoops. And kind of put it here so that I'm replaced. And this, I'm going to just say I'm needing it here. That your dream was a vision. But these are both. Your dream was a vision of what will happen in the future years. And these are all by our Creator. So those have to be there like that. Now, I'm just keeping an eye on the time here when I'm glancing over just to make sure that that text is, that I get to 2.5 hours. And then I'm going to stop. In your mind, no, your dream was a vision. But this has already been said, so I can't use this again. He's already told him his dreams was a vision of what will happen in the future year. Can't use any of that either. Now I can start using this for the purpose of the making, the interpretation known, to you for the purpose is to make for he for he proposed with it. Let me get over here and see what they, if I can get a better word. Oops, got to bring you over here. Propose in order for he has ordered when I'm saying the word ordered here, ordered a making is ordered uh, he's because I know the vision is this single statue. Okay, now the single statue is going to be about time, so he has ordered the time. He has ordered the years he has ordered the years to make them whoops, them known to you and for and for you to understand, to whoops, understand, make them known I put the word them here, and that's the end. These are coming from our Creator. He has ordered the years to make them known, comma, for my king. And for my king to understand them. Okay. As you're looking, behold, there was a great statue and your mind. You were looking and beheld, and I'm going to put the word saw, saw there was, saw a single great statue, which was large, which is already said, I changed looking to saw, and put that here. I don't have this at all. Get rid of this. A great statue of extraordinary splendor. The head of that statue was Well, the head, I'm going to keep the word was. The head statue would mean an image of a man, an image of a male, of extraordinary splendor. Now, how to that word extraordinary? Let me just. And they got the word extreme. I think the 12-year-old would understand the word extreme when they pronounce it. So extreme. Of extreme splendor. I don't know if I need these words. I'm going to put its head. Its head was of gold, and its breast and arms silver. Oh, I'm trying. I'm really trying to think, how do I get rid of this is where it's going to be one of them really rare times that I can't get rid of the third word. Its head was of gold, and its breast and arms silver. How do I do that? If I go and feet, oops, well, partly of iron and partly of clay. This we have one kingdom here. This is going to be Rome. The head is his. So we have 4 kingdoms. And legs and thighs are the same. So this is actually not right then. That means this is not right. So you have breast, arms, and belly. You have, and its body. Now, a lot of people are going to get mad. That I can see. But let me tell you, I struggle with this. For the simple fact that when you know history, it's Babylon, it's Persia, and then it's Rome. There is only 3. If I do any more, it's wrong. And its appearance was awesome. Its head was gold, its body silver. Its legs and feet were partly iron and partly clay. And so now there is only 1, 2, 3 kingdoms, and that makes sense. And that makes sense. So, do you know how much history has just changed on those? But it's the truth. And I'm going to stop there for the day, but that is going to be part 1. But that is the 3-verse format. And what I'll do is I'll clean it up and I'll introduce that. Well, maybe, let's see. Wow. I didn't realize I did that much. Okay. Because this story is really long and incorrect order. As you see, there's not many words that I'm really getting rid of. I mean, there's a lot, but there's in the there is just so much truth here. So this is, whoops. Oh, that's right. What I got to do is I'm going to keep it separate from right now. But this, I need 1 space in between here that's small. 2 here, 1 here, 2 here. And then this 2 here, 1 here, 2 here, 1 here, 2 here. But look at the pattern, how beautiful and how long this is. I mean, you know, this should be shocking. You're seeing it for the first time. I've been doing this for 30 years, and I'm still amazed at how the story just reveals itself in this hidden format written. This one's 2,400 years old, and just look at this. And this should be 2. Okay, now I've made I got my, okay, this, I need this, and I need this. Now somewhere I've got 3 verses here. This I don't need no more. And 20. Yep, because this is going to be 1 here. Okay, so these 2 are grouped together. These 2 are grouped together. Uh-oh. I guess because I'm reading it, I can see that I know to the king. Okay, I'm going to have to look it over to see if, no, I don't think there's going to be that big of a gap here. And I'm going to make that it mine, to make it. And actually it's a vision, so it has to be all from our Creator. And then if I put a comma here and a period here, and I don't need this. But I'm still missing a verse. I got to take a look at the text and go back over it, but I'm going to call it an end here for today. And when I come back, I will hopefully have the correct answer, whether there's a verse completely missing or I need to put 2 more here, and then it'll be divided. So hang in there. It's prophecy is happening within your days.